Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today we have got two games for you, Eibar and Malaga coming up. And I do apologise again for not having a video out the past couple of days or so. Completely my fault on the grounds. I was in Nottingham the past couple of days. I had my graduation and stuff, so I was back in Nottingham for a few days. I completely forgot my microphone, so I couldn't really do anything. And then there was no actual internet connection in my house because we cancelled that as well because we're moving out and stuff. So there were two reasons why I couldn't get anything out to you, basically. One, no internet connection and no microphone, things like that. So I'm sorry. But we're back now. I'm going to be in Lincoln now for the foreseeable future. So daily stuff should be back now. I've got a reliable internet connection here and I'm not going to leave this microphone anywhere and things like that. So apologies. Anyway, since you were last here, it's been bloody awful. Really, really, really bad. As you can see from this little bit of stuff here. Last episode, Getafe and Villarreal, 2 draws though, which weren't great. Since then, we've only won 2 cup games and not won a game in the league and things like that. So we'll start off with the Girona game, a 2-0 win there. Cordoba and Luka Adzic with the goals. Barcelona up next, and we lost 3-0, kind of to be expected, I suppose. Real San Sebastian after that 4-2 loss. We didn't play badly in that game. It was just that the first half performance from us was really, really woeful. It was really poor. Second half, we played really well, actually. If it was based on just second half, we'd have been high and dry in that game winning it. But unfortunately, the first half had to happen. We then played Atletico Madrid and got a pretty decent result, actually. After those 2 losses, quite heavy defeats, a 1-1 draw with Atletico Madrid was real decent performance from us. I thought that was going to turn things around for us. I thought after that we're going to do really, really well. We're going to start winning a few more games. No, we didn't. We played Vigo and we lost 3-0, which was really... They had a man sent off as well and they still beat us 3-0, so it really wasn't the best day that. We then played Girona in the Spanish Cup 4th round, second leg, another 2-0 win there. So we're safely through into the 5th round, where we've got Athletic Bilbao. I think we played them last year in the Cup, and don't think we did quite so well, so we'll have to see how we do again against them. And then last time out, we picked up a 0-0 draw against Espanyol in the league. So, as you can see, 2 points from an available, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 2 points from 15. Not great. Hopefully, though, against Eibar and Malaga, we can do something. Eibar actually sit below us in the table, so we're not actually... Well, we are doing quite badly. We're sitting just outside the relegation zone, really. Now, this is kind of what I thought we were going to be like last year. Last season, I thought it was going to be like this, but it wasn't. Last year, we massively overachieved last season. Actually, it was mentioned in the comments. Again, I've not actually been able to reply to comments because I've had no internet connection. I saw them sort of pop through when the last episode came out. I saw them pop through, and I usually reply to them like a day later or so. But I've not had an internet connection. This is like the first time I've had an internet connection for a little while, which is quite nice. Basically, there was a comment last time that said in statistical modelling, we've had a regression, which obviously we have done, where we've just massively overachieved in that first season, and we've been brought back down to earth, basically, and this season not doing so great. So it's not unusual. It happens all the time in real life and things like that. Look at Leicester City as well. I think I was in the comment actually as well. Look at Leicester City, how they did, winning the league and dropping down and things like that. So I think this year may be a bit of a struggle, more so than I probably thought it was going to be. So hopefully we do have the ability to turn things around, of course, but we'll see. Other than that, I don't think there's any news to really talk about. So let's get straight into today's game against Eibar, who are sitting 18th, 1 place below us. So this is a must-win game, really, but their form has been actually a lot better than ours, to be fair. They had a bit of decent form. I think we should win this game. That's what I'm trying to say, but you can never really tell with these sort of things, and it's a little bit annoying. So this is a line that we're going to go for today. Just change things ever so slightly around the pitch and things like that, just because I think we need to go a bit more attacking in this game. Like, we can't seem to score goals, which is a bit of an issue. So this is going to be our starting lineup then. Burke starts in goal with a back line of Varela. This guy, now I've been calling him Kaletakar. Apparently I've been saying that completely wrong. I've been calling him like, well, look here, look. To me, that's Duj Kaletakar. Apparently, he's Croatian, obviously, so it's pronounced completely differently. And apparently it's more like, according to this comment here, Duja Cheletazar. We'll see. I'll probably forget that straight away in the game. Same thing with George or Jorge. George, I'm just going to stick with George, basically. And then, of course, David Cameron on the right. I will say, actually, Julio Diaz and Mohamed Ongoiba played at centre-backs in both the cup games where we kept clean sheets against Girona. And since then, we've not been able to keep clean sheets apart from the one game in the league. So maybe Julio Diaz, who is rapidly developing, actually getting really, really good now. 2-star current ability, really, really starting to press on. He'll make a few more league starts later on this season. perhaps he will come in and actually change things for us. Midfield then is going to be made up of Phoebas and Sanset, although Phoebas is going to move back to a more deep line playmaker role, just sort of fill that little gap further back in the pitch as Salai comes in as that attacking midfielder. Adzic on the left, Rolheiser on the right, and Lozano is going to be starting up front, although he's not scored many goals this season, which is a bit of a worry. Right, kickoff is upon us here. We are away to Eibar today, so it's going to be a tricky game coming away from home, but we should have enough about us to get the win today, and then we desperately need a win, basically. Eibar, we thought we were overachievers last season. Eibar were the massive overachievers. I think they just got knocked out of the Champions League places, but they definitely got Europa League football as Azic comes forward, what was that? Well, I'm not complaining about that at all, but he's literally put a cross in from basically the corner flag, and the keeper's just watched it loop over him and go in the back of the net. So, fantastic wonder goal there from Adzic. That's going to be goal of the season if he meant it. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean it. I think it was meant to be a cross. But Chaletazar on the ball. Back to Burke now as he's just about rescued it there. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but he just about rescued it now, and we can try and come forward now, building an attack. Lozano's been put forward this time. He nearly grabs a goal. Sunset, his shot saved by the goalkeeper in the end, but a decent little move there. It started very shaky at the back, but we finished strong there as we now get the corner. Rolheiser puts it in. George doesn't quite get his head on it. Cleared as far as Salai. Back to Sunset, into Phoebas, and it ricochets off another player after that powerful shot came in. 3 minutes into this game, we are looking really, really strong. We are completely up for this. As Salai on the edge of the area, his shot way off target and is off for a goal kick. I mean, we're barely 4 minutes into the game, and literally we've had so many highlights already for us. 5 shots already from us is pretty decent. 1-0 up. It's been a good start, although here come Eibar now. I guarantee you 1 shot, 1 goal is nearly come true. I mean, we're on key highlights. And yet there's been like 10 in the opening 5 minutes of the game. I have to check if I was actually on key highlights still. Have I not put it on like the full game or extended highlights or something? Because this is ridiculous what's going on right now, as Eibar still trying to come forward in this game. Through to their striker Martin Burke with another great save there. I mean, it's been an end-to-end game in the first 5 minutes already. There was also a comment as well actually that was asking what is the ultimate goal of this save? Basically, the ultimate goal is to sort of carry us through to FM19 essentially. That's kind of what my plan was. If we win a Champions League on the way, fantastic. We try and get it again in the next season, things like that. This will take us through to Football Manager 2019, where I've got I know what I'm doing for Football Manager 2019. I'm not going to tell you guys yet. I'll leave you pondering a little bit. But I think you'll quite like it. It's something that's quite close to home to me. So I'll leave it like that. That's all I'll say. Free kick though for Eibar right at the end of this first half, and they have managed to put it in the back of the net. Disallowed though for offside, which is fantastic stuff, because I was about to get worried then, because after the first 5 minutes we've not really created that many chances. It's been more Eibar, I've got to say, in that first half than us, so we're lucky to be 1-0 up, I think, actually, after the Adzic wonder goal or whatever, the fluke goal, whatever it was. So well done boys out there, you've done well, keep things up. A few players look happy with that, look delighted, whatever. It's good stuff. We need to just keep the composure in the second half. The win is so important to get today. We need this win. We've not won a league game in so long, so we have to try and build a bit of momentum, a bit of form. If we can just grab another goal or something like that, just to solidify our lead right now, it'd be great. But Martin coming forward, I don't know how the striker hasn't scored there. He's had so much time and space to put it past Burke, who was out of position, really, quite a bad position. But in the end, he hit it straight at him. So lucky for us there. Now, I recognise that I do need to make some changes. But as things stand right now, it's going all right. We're doing pretty well. So I kind of want to leave it as late as possible to make changes. There is a chance, though. Looks like it's coming towards us, but it's not now. As Vazquez has been put forward for Eibar. Somehow their number 7 has again, he should have scored 2 goals in the second half, but he's put him well wide of the post. I've got to say, Rolheiser and Salai not playing massively well. This could be a risk. This could be seen as quite negative, but I think we need to bring him back a little bit, or bring that position back, get an extra body in, just to sort of help out defence, just help clear things out the last 15 minutes or so. And then we've not really played Cantel or Cordoba recently at all. We're going to bring Cantel on that right-hand side. We sort of switched things up a little bit. We played like the 5 at the back system a little bit with wing-backs. And then when we do play wingers, it's sort of been Rolheiser and Adzic. You played kind of well. But I think we have neglected Cordoba and Cantel quite a bit. So I think they need to get a bit more game time, actually. And they probably deserve it, because we've not won games recently. So they probably deserve to have a run out. I mean, we've got 3 minutes of added time to hold on now. This would be a huge victory because we've not won one in ages, as you saw earlier, and as I keep saying. So this would be a fantastic win as Varela now trying to put the game beyond all doubt. Adzic can't quite get on the end of it, and now Eibar can clear the ball and come forward for a last counter-attack into Inui. Out to their number 7, who's missed so many chances already. Again, misses another one. This time his shot's not very powerful, and Berke's there to collect it. There's a few seconds left in this game. A few seconds left. We need the 3 points today. As it stands right now, the 3 points puts us up to 14th as we win the game. Luka Adzic's weird goal in the first minute, separating the two sides here today. Passionately, that was huge. People have written us off today, apparently, but well done. You played really well. Everyone, well, I say everyone, a lot of people look delighted with that, which is good. Brilliant stuff. A 1-0 win over Eibar temporarily puts us 14th in the table, but I think we're like the second or third game to kick off this weekend, so it doesn't matter too much. We'll probably drop back down as other games get played. Malaga, though, in 3 days' time, so we will give these starting boys a rest for a day, because I do think it makes quite a big difference. I know some people like say, oh, it doesn't make a difference at all, but I genuinely think it does make quite a big difference for the condition of players. I think it gives them like an extra 5-10% boost for the next game if it's like really quick, things like that. So I like to do that to players. I don't know if it actually does or not, but I feel like it does. Of course, I think we're about a week away now from the start of the new season in real life, which is pretty exciting. So how have your team done over pre-season? I'd like to know. Tell me in the comment section how they've done over pre-season, what you kind of think they're going to do in the next season. With Lincoln, I think we've done pretty well over pre-season. We played 4 championship sides. Obviously a big step up from League 2. Lost to them all, but like they were close games from what I've seen and things like that, and ones that I went to. We've made some decent recruitment as well. We still need like 2 or 3 more players, I think. And it's getting a little bit tight now, but I think we should get them over the line, get some players in, and once we've done that, I'm pretty confident we can be around playoffs again. Like last season, we got into the playoffs, which I didn't really expect us to do after being promoted from the National League season before. But I think we've built on what we had last season, so I think around the playoffs again is probable. Right, Malaga coming up now. We're at home, but Malaga are better than us, and our form recently, as you've seen, hasn't been great. So we need to drop back down to standard. I mean, Salah didn't actually play that well last game anyway. So we're going to bring him back down. Gene Ruiz is going to come on as that CDM sort of position. I've just not been a big fan of Dorsch so far this season, if I'm honest with you. I've just not been a huge fan of how he's been playing so far. So I think Ruiz can have a chance there. I want to bring Borja Fernandez on there. Sunset can sort of go on the bench, I think, instead of Salah. I'm going to give Cantel a game out on the wing, actually, instead of Rolheiser. So Rolheiser didn't really impress last game, so I think Cantel deserves a chance. I kind of want to put Diaz on the pitch, but I think that's very risky against Malaga, so I think we'll leave on the bench for now. And I think, Lozano's still not scored for a few games and stuff like that now, so I think Raul Thomas is going to come on the pitch instead. I think that should be okay. I think. I mean, we'll lose 3-0 now, I've said that, but let's go with it. Right, kickoff is upon us once again this episode. We've kicked off in our blue, Malaga in their grey away kit. Now this fixture is actually going to be a real fixture in real life this coming season, because of course Malaga got relegated from La Liga last season, which obviously not very good for them or their supporters and things like that. I don't know why they got relegated actually, because I'm pretty sure in this sort of manager, like they've come in the top 4 like every season so far, which is a little bit weird. David Cameron though has picked up an injury very, very early on in this game. Hopefully it isn't too serious. Obviously, if I go over there, it's got like glitch. I don't know what the glitch is. It doesn't let me click on anything that side of the screen on that team thing. I don't know why, but I'm sure we'll get over it. I'm sure I can find out in the tactics screen what's actually wrong with him. Hopefully not too serious as we come forward now looking for a goal in this game. Raul Thomas out to Borja Fernandez. Borja into Cantel. Cantel now back to Ruiz. We're building now, getting players in and around the area. Ball out to Adzic, not the best, although Raul Thomas launches himself onto that bad back pass, gets on the end of it and puts it in the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Oviedo. Brilliant stuff there. We will try and find out what's wrong with David Cameron. If we go to this particular tactic screen, he's got potential foot injury. So that could be anything from like a twisted ankle to like a broken foot. In fact, if it's a twisted ankle, that's not really bad at all, is it? So hopefully it's just a twisted ankle, but I don't know why I have to come off the pitch straight away if it was just a twisted ankle. So I think it could be kind of serious. Either way though, pretty good stuff. That goal has kept us in 14th right now. but it does put us on 20 points and a good deal. Oh my goodness, what a free kick from Borja Fernandez. We are back in business this episode after a long spell of not being able to win a game for God knows how long. Well, 5 league games. We've got 2 points, didn't we, in 5 games, which are ridiculous. Today, though, looking like we're going to come home with all 6 points from this episode, so clearly they want to perform for you guys. As I was saying, though, it keeps us in 14th, but as things stand, we'd be 5 points clear of Zaragoza, who are below us. So there's a little bit of breathing room now between us and teams below us, if results stay like they are right now. Adzic now with a cross into Cantel, who hits the post. Adzic back in, and it's given a free kick apparently. Adzic offside in the build-up to that. But a decent little move from us. We're looking a lot more promising now, and perhaps the few little changes that are made, getting Rollheiser out of the team, bringing other players into it, perhaps that's actually changed things around a little bit and given us a bit more confidence. Very quiet second half so far, which is how I like it, to be fair. It's how I like it, especially when winning. Just keep it quiet. They can't score if there's no highlights. That's my thinking. No highlights, they can't score a goal, so I'm happy with this. What I will do, though, is I'm going to make a change. We're going to bring on Julio Diaz for... Who do I want to... I'm going to bring him on for Kalatazar on that left-hand side. Although, I think he's just right... He's right-footed only. So, actually, putting him on my left-hand side of defence is probably quite bad. So, we'll bring him on for George instead. That's the only change we'll make right now. Cantel hasn't actually... He's on a 6.6, so he's not played brilliantly well, but I suppose he didn't have that much match sharpness, so we can't really be too cross about him for that. A little bit of a risk bringing on Diaz in this game. We're 2-0 up, so we can risk conceding a goal, but he needs that game time now. If he's going to start developing how I want him to, he needs a bit more game time and things like that. He's got a 4.5-star potential. He's only 18 years old, I think, still, so he's got a long time, but I want to start bringing through these youth prospects that we've been developing at the club the past few seasons. The ultimate goal, I spoke earlier about an ultimate goal. The ultimate goal, actually, I think, is going to be having an entire starting 11 just made up of Oviedo youth prospects. That is what I want from this series, actually. Have a competitive team. We may not be in the Champions League or anything like that, but I want to have a competitive team that is just made of regens that we have developed at Oviedo. So I want most of them to come from our youth academy. Sometimes we may bring in an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old that's actually pretty decent. Perhaps they can sort of come in as well. If we've had them since they were very, very young, I can sort of accept that. But I suppose in an ideal world, it would be all players that have come through Oviedo youth ranks. And I think with this throw-in, that is going to be that. Oviedo 2, Malaga 0. This has been a fantastic episode. 6 points, 2 clean sheets. Well done, lads. A fantastic win for us there. I'm very happy with this. We find ourselves up into 13th in the table now. Vigo they lost quite heavily actually there after us, I think, by the looks of things. So we've moved up from 17th to 13th. Got a few extra points on the board. We're at least 5 points clear from 15th place, which is good stuff. We're only 5 points off 5th place, which is even better actually. So it's a lot closer than I thought it actually was. David Cameron sprained ankle ligaments out to 3 to 4 weeks. So it's sort of in between what I said it could have been. So it's not too bad. Out for a month. Johannesson's going to be very happy because he's been asking for more game time recently, so he's going to be happy that he's going to play for the next month solidly. And you know what? That's very nice to see. 2 greens there after that sea of, well, yellows. If you get rid of these 2 cup games, it's a long sea of yellows and reds and things like that. So to get 2 greens, 2 wins today, 2 clean sheets, very, very good. Right, we've got the winter break coming up. That's gone quick, hasn't it, this first part of the season? The winter break coming up pretty soon, so we'll probably look for another striker over that sort of winter break, January time. I think we need it because, Raul Thomas scored 1 today. Lozano scored 1 against that win against Girona, but they're not really bagging goals how I want to be bagging goals. So we need another striker. We may have to sell someone to raise the money to get another striker because we have spent a lot of money this season back in January, back in the pre-season. So to make some room and stuff like that, we may have to sell someone. So we'll sort of see what happens. Maybe get someone on loan instead. That might work out a little bit better for us. But a striker is going to be my priority. I also lied to you earlier. I said it was Bilbao in the Spanish Cup. It's not as Vigo because it says there Spanish Cup. I don't know why I thought it was Bilbao. But we're not going to do Vigo next episode. Spanish Cup 5th round. It's not that important. So I think next episode is going to be Real Zaragoza and Real Madrid right at the end of January as well. So we could get some deadline day stuff there as well. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time for some more Real Deal.